Hey, it's Shahar. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be talking about asexuality again and aromantic as well. Um, and I'm going to be talking about how it is not a phase. And I'm wearing my "It's Not a Phase" t-shirt with the asexual colors on the moon. I have several asexual related shirts. I want to get some lesbian and aromantic ones now too. I don't know if they made aromantic ones. I just kind of started labeling myself as aromantic, so I haven't even started merchandise yet. I have a lesbian, I just haven't bought any yet. I probably should have done that a long time ago since I actually came out as lesbian first, but I never thought about buying things like that. Until I came out as asexual and I found things online and I was like, yay, let's do it. I went a little bit off topic. Okay, so people like to say that asexuality and it's I hear that about asexuality more than aromantic. Um, but how it's a phase and how it needs to be fixed. Um, maybe not fixed. I don't think those are the words I've heard used, but it's like people just don't think it's real. Like everyone has to have sexual attraction, right? No, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't even have to have romantic attraction. And yes, the human race is they're very sexual beings. I read once that the only other mammals besides humans that have sex for pleasure is dolphins. There's your unnecessary um unnecessary fact of the day. But there's a gnat bothering me. But it's not a phase, and people always like, oh, you'll change your mind once you find the right man, and it's always man to whenever they're talking to a woman, they're always like, oh, you find the right man. First of all, it's like even if I do, what if I don't want a man? Like what? But you have to find the right person. You just um and you'll change your mind once you actually, have sex or whatever. And it's like, no, like I also hate that, like saying you need. It's like I've heard it both ways. I heard it where they say you don't know, you can't be sure that you're a lesbian unless you've kissed a boy. Really? Then I swear, next man that says that to me, I was like, oh yeah. How do you know you're straight? Have you kissed a man? uh, that'd be an awesome comeback, and I really want to use that one these days. Um, but or they'll say you can't know you're asexual unless you've had sex. Yes, you can, because asexuality isn't hating sex. Yes, some people can be disgusted by sex. I am, but um, and no, I don't need to have sex to know that the mere thought of it makes me very uncomfortable and disgusted. Um, but asexuality isn't about hating sex, anyways. It's about not having any sex drive, and the fact that, and I think we should know whether or not have sex if we have that drive. Sometimes you might be in denial, but deep down you know. I mean, I'm pretty sure deep down I knew I was an aries lesbian. It just took me a very long time to figure all three of them out, but I did. Uh, I know. Uh, there. I've never seen the show House. I think it's called House. But I've heard how this one episode gets bashed. Because I think it was one of the first times asexuality really got any representation, and they completely butchered it by having you find. Because apparently in the episode there was this asexual couple, married couple, and you find out that the wife has been lying, saying she was asexual, so the man didn't feel, I don't know, masculine for not wanting sex, and then you find out he had a brain tumor, and that was the only reason why he didn't want sex. And then, I was rewatching Grey's Anatomy, and I don't even remember this, though think I I think I only watched this two-part episode once. But right before Addison leaves the show and starts the first spin-off, Private Practice, you get to see insights on the characters from Private Practice, because she goes to LA to meet up with some friends, and that's and to their little private practice that they have. And uh, there was this whole thing with this couple, and they're having issues because the man doesn't want sex, and the woman is really frustrated because she wants sex, and then you find out that um, he has some sort of tumor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, does everybody think that? Just no. And it's like it disgusts me. And when I was watching that, I was like, I do not remember that, but I'm angry about it because no, just no. And it's like, if people assume that if you don't have a sex drive, you need to be fixed. It's like there's something wrong with you and it's not natural and you need help, or it's gonna be a tumor, you need to see a doctor, you need to see a therapist. No, we're not sick, we're not insane, we're not, no. Okay, asexuality, it is a real thing. Asexuality is real, and just because we don't have a sex drive doesn't mean we are sick or whatever you put in your minds or need to be fixed. And it really bugs me. Um, there's very there's not any real representation except for very little, and two of the representation we've gotten is just awful. And it made me mad. It made me really mad because this is not a phase. I am an aro ace lesbian, and no, it is not a phase. I know that this is who I am, and I know it's not going to change. And I'm proud of who I am. And I just hate that some people think that there's something wrong with us because we don't have a sex drive. You know? I mean, it's bogus because there's nothing wrong with us. We're not lesser than because we don't want sex, we don't have sex, we don't even like sex. Like, it's okay not to like it. It's okay to not want it. It's okay to not be drawn to it or to ever have a drive for it. Like, that's okay. And it's not like it's something we can control, anyways. Even if so, it's a part of who we are, and it is real. Asexuality is a real thing, and no, it is not a phase. This is who we are, and we should be proud of it. I mean, who wants to just I myself am very disgusted by the mere thought of sex. It makes me very uncomfortable. And that's why, I love to read, and I read YA fantasy, some middle grade fantasy. And fantasy is pretty much the main genre, almost the only genre I really read, and it's definitely the only genre I write. Um, but no, um, I don't read adult fantasy, and it's not. I don't have anything against it. It's great for people who wants to read it, but I steer clear from that category because I'm afraid that I will get into something that will make me very uncomfortable. I just prefer YA middle grade, which is fine, and I don't care how old I get. I will always read YA middle grade. I'm a very, I don't know how to put it, shameless person. I don't know if that's the right wording, but it's just I my mom once told me that her favorite thing about me is that I am unapologetically myself. I don't care what people think about me. I will scream from the rooftops that I like something despite what people say about it. Like, there's some things I like to watch that are considered for children, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, I like it. It brings me joy. That's all that matters. Like, my favorite animated movie franchise of all time is Monster High. I love Monster High. And no, I do. And no, I will scream it from the rooftops because I'm obsessed with Monster High. Um, then there's also I like My Little Pony. I like Sophia the First. I like Elena of Avalor. I like The Lion Guard. I really don't care. They brought me joy when I was watching them, and that's all that matters. And I really don't care what anyone thinks. But it does get annoying, and I do want to show people that it is not a phase, and this is who I am, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not going to pretend to be someone I'm not. I'm an era-ace lesbian. It is not a phase. It is not what. It's not something that needs to be fixed. I'm not something that needs to be fixed. So there you have it. That is all for this video. Please like and subscribe and comment something. Comment what you hate that they say about asexuality. And I'll love to talk to you about it down below in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys later.